Hey, what's going on, boys?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey,
How
what's
we
up?
doing? So Bradley, Dan's actually on vacation in Maine, so we figured we'd bring you in to fill him in. So we appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us here for this episode of the Roundtable. What's going on, bud?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm the fatter version of Dan with more hair on my head and less on my face, I guess.
There you go. Well, that's why your
But
Instagram tag is Fat Guy Speed, huh?
fat guy speed, baby. But yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, anything to help you guys out, I'm always willing. As much shit as Kyle gives me, I'm still always willing to help out.
Absolutely. So Brad, I seen that post you made yesterday about getting the game misconduct. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? What exactly happened there, bud?
So it's funny because I hadn't played in leagues in a few years, like probably about 8 or 9 years, and then I was invited to play on a team last summer. So this is my third season with that team. In probably more than 40 games, I've taken a grand total of 4 minutes in penalties. So I don't have a reputation for taking penalties, contrary to what everyone in BLPA thinks. But what happened yesterday was we were just, they moved us up a division after the first 4 games, and we were already the worst team in the lower division.
Right.
So this team was just spanking us yesterday, and the referee was just doing an awful job, not missing offsides. And what happened was I was actually on the bench when this happened, which makes no sense for getting a game misconduct. And play was whistled dead, and the player on the other team took 2 whacks at our goalie. And all I did was scream from the bench, he blew the fucking whistle. And the referee came over and said, "You're out of here. You're going home." I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, "Get your shit and get off the ice." And I was like, "You got to be kidding." And I mean, maybe I should find the live barn footage because I yelled a lot of stuff at him.
Well, lucky for you,
Yeah, lucky for you, Brad. We got
Brad.
the live barn footage.
We have the live barn footage right here for you, bud.
Oh, you
So,
must have reached out to Ken. Did you reach out to Ken Chaney?
Now we got hookups. We can't. We
we
can't tell you where we got
can't
this
give away our
from.
sources, bud. Can't give
But
away our sources.
we were sent this live barn footage.
We're actually
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
take
I have live barn too. I just never looked at it.
yeah, we're gonna take a look at this right now with you right here. So let's take a look and see what's going on here.
You suck.
So now are you yelling at him from the bench? Is that what I'm seeing here, Brad?
Blow the whistle, asshole. I think that's what did it for you, Brad.
It's kind of not a game misconduct.
So
I mean,
now let me get this. So were you, from what I'm seeing, it
I mean,
sounds like you're calling the other player an asshole, not the ref, correct?
no, it's for sure. We lost him. But it's for sure the ref because he says blow the whistle, asshole. Players don't have whistles, bud.
It sounded like he said he blew the whistle, asshole, like he was talking to the player.
Oh, well, he might have said that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think that's blew the whistle,
Yeah.
asshole, because the guy hit him twice. Well, my goalie
Okay.
told me, my goalie. Well, I can tell you after the game, our goalie John Scavella, who actually is the guy who created that league 22 years ago, came over and said to me in the locker room, he said, you got ejected, but when I skated over to the guy after the play, I told him if he ever did that again, I'm gonna put him in hospital. So he was pretty pissed too.
I was just more.
But I mean, I just don't have a reputation for getting thrown out of games, and I mean, I could see him giving me a bench penalty, but to toss me for that's nonsense.
I was just more impressed with the speed that you came off the bench skating off the ice. I've never seen you skate that fast.
It's that
I've
fat
never
guy
seen you
speed,
skate
bud.
that fast.
Touche.
It's that fat guy
I know, I was
speed.
pissed. My girlfriend was there. I was just so mad.
Unreal, Brad.
I always try giving you the benefit of the doubt, Brad. I was trying to help you out there. excuse to get out of it. You could have easily got yourself off the hook and said you were talking to the player, but you manned up and took responsibility on that one.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean that ref said a few things to our bench throughout the game, and he also impeded my progress on a play on one earlier in the game. It was just frustrating. The team was just kicking our asses. Everybody was mad. The refs kept calling penalties on our team. It was crazy. I mean, my
penalty of the
team.
game, or
No, there was a bunch, but it was my first penalty. I didn't get any penalties. But I mean, despite what Ken Chaney said on my posts, I mean the whole team was behind me on that one. So
Yeah.
I stand by it. I mean, my team had my back after the game, so it is what it is. And actually, it turned out on the score sheet, it looked like a misconduct. It was originally a game misconduct, but turned into a misconduct, which also is bullshit because there were still 12 minutes left. If it's only a 10-minute misconduct, but I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. We were getting killed at that point. But our captain, who I wish was a more vocal, he's just not. Could have prevented a lot of that by actually voicing an opinion instead of me doing it from the bench, and he just refused to get involved, and that's a little bit weak. But he did talk the ref out of giving me a 1-game suspension because that's what the ref threatened me with when I left the ice.
Brad's out here calling out his captain. Unreal.
No, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I just think he needs to be more vocal when those situations happen.
He just needs to not be a bitch, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a nice guy, but he's a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. That's not a fair characterization.
I'll say it for you, Brad.
I don't think that's a fair characterization.
Yeah, I think situations like that, it all depends on the ref, because I've had refs where I've cursed up and down at them and they don't do anything, and then other refs you can say the smallest little curse word or thing to them and they throw you out. I had a game last week. I was on a breakaway and got hooked, and there was no call. So when the play stopped, I skated over to that ref and I asked him why there was no call, and he just looked at me and shrugged his shoulders and ignored me. So I said, Jesus fucking Christ to him, and he threw me in the box for that. So I think it all just depends on the ref.
Must have gotten a religious ref.
There's a lot of refs in Columbus that are weak.
Yeah.
I used to get penalties for not even saying anything.
Well, that I don't believe, but
And well, let's be honest too. After doing the draft experience, it just kind of makes leagues less fun, huh? Because it's just not the same. It's not the same experience anymore.
Yeah, that's why I don't play leagues anymore either.
Oh,
not as fun as Dex's, bud.
Is that why?
That's one of the reasons, bud.
Gave up league play.
Yeah, I said, you know what, Dex is. I don't know. I don't really want to deal with this league bullshit anymore, so I'll just sit out. I won't play.
Yeah, it probably has zero to do with that suspension you got, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But people
Brad,
have done worse and have gotten lesser suspensions. So,
Brad, I'm starting to see you as a goon, bud. You ever been suspended?
No. Well, so let me clarify that.
There we go. He's backpedaling.
Well, first of all, I have very few penalty minutes throughout my career. I'm not a dirty player. I don't take a lot of penalties. I talk a lot, but I don't take a lot of penalties. I don't swing my stick much. But about the last time I played Hockey North America, I think it was 2013, we were down 4-1 with about a minute left, and the whistle blew, and my teammate Brendan Silver was just standing in the corner, and the dude on the other team just totally decked him. So I dropped my shoulder, took 4 strides, and knocked down that guy and both of his teammates that were standing next to him. And the guys wanted to fight, and I didn't want to fight because if you drop your gloves, it's an automatic suspension. So I was holding the guy off, and he ripped the cage.
the sound it's making.
Yeah, it sounded like
Off of my helmet, started throwing punches. So I had just one game. I mean, I'm not going to let a guy punch me. That's the only time I ever got a suspension, and I got it reduced because the other guy was clearly the aggressor. That's just the way it rolls. I mean, I just don't take a lot of penalties. This is not my style.
He must have been a really short person if you lowered your shoulder on him. Holy fuck!
Yeah, well,
it probably was a child. If you're lowering your shoulder on somebody.
Yeah, well, come on. I'm not that small. I'm 5'7", 210 pounds. I'm 210 pounds, so I've got
5'7", that's tiny, bud.
a little bit of force behind it.
You may not be big, but you got girth, huh?
You can't be lowering your shoulders into people's knees like that, Twin. Come on, bud.
Exactly. John Andrews said he's going to the gold medal game, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. For him, I'm not there. He's 0 for 2 when I'm there.
So you're his kryptonite, huh?
So yeah. Brad's the reason why John can't win when he's there. Brad shuts
I'll
him
tell
down.
you what, he's one of my favorite people, though. I love that guy. The fact that he comes all the way from Alaska. The fact that he comes all the way from Alaska for these tournaments is just incredible.
Lowered his shoulder.
Tripping call.
Oh, shit.
Everyone's a comedian. See, I can't see the comments because it's so small on my phone. I can't really see all the comments.
That was
That's
John.
funny.
He said you lowered your shoulder and got a tripping penalty.
John, what's he doing? Doesn't he have a game to play?
He said he's got a gold medal game, so he's
Bud, he's a supporter of the show, bud. He's out here
probably watching
watching.
he's mid-shift in the gold medal game.
Yeah, and I know he's a little bit annoyed with me because I told him I'd be in for Columbus, and then my ex-wife pulled a 180 on me, and I can't go that weekend.
You're missing Columbus too?
I can't. Believe me, I'm pissed about that one because I was all set to do that one and the VIP party and everything, and my ex-wife has a commitment she can't get out of that weekend.
So what do you have to do with her commitment?
I gotta take my daughter.
Bring her with you, bud.
She wouldn't want to do that, and if I came to the VIP thing, I'd have to take her out of school for a day because that's Thursday. So, I mean, unless some miracle happens, it's likely I'm not doing Columbus, and I'm really bummed about that one, honestly.
Unbelievable.
At this point, Brad, it's like you're dodging me. Everyone I go to, you.
Dude, I've signed up. Dude, I have played in 3 already. I'm signed up for 2 more. Plus, I played in a bash and signed up for another bash. And I see myself signing up for at least 3 or 4 more before the year's out. So.
Are you doing Buffalo?
Now, so because of that switcheroo, I might be able to do Buffalo now.
All right, I'll be in Buffalo, so find something else to make you an excuse
imagine
to Buffalo.
Imagine having to replace Columbus with fucking Buffalo.
I know. Columbus is such an easier trip, too. And that rink in Buffalo is like an hour from Buffalo.
No.
Well, and Buffalo's just dog shit.
Yeah. Well.
It's gotta be top 3 worst cities in America.
Anyway, so what else is going on with you guys?
Oh, nothing.
Not really.
Watch the draft and watch some of the decently big name players get traded away for damn near nothing.
Yeah, speaking of the draft, what do we think of Shane Wright falling to the Kraken there? I thought for sure he was going to be the first guy off the board.
He's not happy about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't watch much like junior hockey, so I don't really know who's actually good and who's actually not good. So I have no idea. I just know the Blue Jackets picked 2 defensemen, and we need defensemen. So hopefully they're good, bud. Hopefully they're good.
Yeah, I see a lot of people talking shit about him having that chip on his shoulder or something. But you know what? I feel like that happens at all levels of all sports. I mean, the same thing happens in the NFL all the time. Players get drafted lower and they have chips on their shoulder, and it just gives them something to prove. I don't think that there's anything wrong with him having a chip on his shoulder and saying that he wants to make those teams regret their choice. I mean, that's pretty commonplace in sports, I think.
But me and you do the same shit at Dex's, but when we're not first, if we don't get picked first, and we know the person who goes before us. Like, all right, motherfucker.
Exactly.
All right,
exactly.
you fucked up.
Exactly.
You fucked up.
I still give my team.
If you're picked last in Cleveland.
I still get my league team shit all the time because in Cleveland they passed me up, and I ended up leading the tournament in points. So every Thursday I give them shit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you let fucking Brad beat you. So if you'd have won the gold, then it'd have been fucking. You could have the knife a little bit deeper. But fucking old Kryptonite Brad over here, shutting down John Andrew, and now he's shutting down old Jeff Peck.
But everybody's my kryptonite. But I just can't win these goddamn golds, man.
Yeah, I mean, you played an incredible tournament. We just were a solid team, I thought.
Yeah, that was.
But
I
yeah,
mean, it was a lower level tournament. Lower level tournament, but I thought all the teams were pretty even. I think most of the games were pretty close games.
the Kiss team wasn't so great, but everybody else, I think.
Well, I mean,
Um, but yeah, I mean, because the Queen team, they played bronze medal, but I thought their goalie was incredible.
that was the team without the ringer too, right?
Yeah, well, that was a whole other issue.
Yeah.
And I take full responsibility for that because I had the second to last pick of the draft, and I took Matt instead of that guy.
You didn't hear that story, Kyle?
No, I didn't. No. I haven't.
So their ringer. I won't. We're not going to name any names or anything. I'm not going to call anybody out. But their ringer got super drunk at the draft party. He was outside helicoptering his dick to everybody in the parking lot, showing his butthole. He then proceeded to leave the draft party via his vehicle and got a DUI shortly after leaving the parking lot.
Oh.
So he
missed the whole
weekend in
tournament.
jail.
he missed the tournament. Yep.
Interesting. Wow.
All because I didn't pick him, and he was the last pick.
Well, so what had started was he was wearing, I don't remember what had happened. He, for some reason, he dropped his pants, his shorts or something like that, and he was wearing some like real tight underwear. And a girl said something to him along the lines of "nobody wants to see that" or something. So he took offense to that and started saying things like, "Oh, you think I give a fuck? I'll whip it out right here." And he proceeded to do so, and then not only did he whip it out, but he took it in his hand and he started helicoptering it around.
Jesus.
But I'll give him props. But if you could helicopter your dick, then power to you, bud. Because
if you can hold it in your hand and have enough room to helicopter it, fucking props to you, bud. Props to you. Holy shit.
That's right, Andrew. He did peel out. Yeah. So not only did he drive home drunk, but the dumbass peeled out of the parking lot, letting the cops know that he's coming.
Yeah.
And there were cops everywhere on that road.
They knew.
Man,
Yeah,
my hotel was only like a couple miles away.
Yeah.
And they were everywhere.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm surprised I've never heard that story until now. It's a pretty nice story.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I mean, in all seriousness, you got to be careful with that stuff because I know a lot of the female players we play with are all pretty cool about stuff, but you get the wrong one who gets offended, and things go really bad from that point on. So like, it's pretty like we all laughed about it, but that guy was kind of a liability.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. In 2022, you can't be doing that shit. People will be offended or say wrong things and bad shit can happen.
Dwayne, Michael Robert wants to know if you're doing your Uber side gig right now or what.
No. So the audience doesn't know because I told you guys when we were setting up, I had to go across the Eastern Shore of Maryland to look at 2 properties today. And it's about a 2-hour drive, so now I'm kind of heading back towards my house. And getting back across the bridge on a Sunday is kind of a pain because people are coming back from the beach. So it's been taking me a little bit longer. And then Jeff asked me to do this while I was kind of in the middle of my ride. So no, I'm not doing Uber. Hey, I could always use the extra bucks, but no, not doing Uber.
Yeah, Dan's on vacation, so we needed a third co-host. So, old Bradley was the person to answer the bell first.
I'm honored.
Brad, what NHL team? What's your NHL team?
Yeah, if I tell you, you're gonna lose your shit.
The fucking Penguins.
Don't say Pittsburgh.
There it is.
Oh,
there it is.
Fucking God. The fucking
I grew up.
team of the NHL.
Well, see, here's why. Here's why, though. I grew up in Baltimore, which people don't get that I'm a Penguins fan because I'm a big Baltimore guy. But when I was growing up, we had the Baltimore Skipjacks, the AHL team, and they were the Penguins farm team. So I gravitated towards the Penguins because Mario Lemieux's brother was the captain, Alain Lemieux, and I just naturally became a Penguins fan. So, I mean, I was like 11. That was way before we had the Baltimore Ravens and that rivalry with the Steelers and any of that stuff. And, Mario Lemieux is probably my biggest sports hero. He was just an incredible athlete.
Well, I suppose it's better than being a Philly fan.
Or
They're
Rangers
probably
fan.
my least favorite team is
The
Philly.
fuck out of here.
Rangers fans are pretty dog shit too.
Only select ones.
So how do you feel about the Letang 6-year, or was it 4-year or
I
6-year?
think it's 5. I thought, but I can't remember exactly. I think he should have been traded like 4 years ago. Honestly, when he had some value, and I feel the same about Malkin too. I think he should have been traded like 3-4 years ago.
Well, look at Chicago trading away all the young guns instead of the guys like Kane and Tays and them.
Yeah,
Makes no sense to me.
Chicago is literally.
That's a dumpster fire up there.
Yeah, Kane will be Kane for sure is going to be traded within the next month before the season starts. They just traded away DeBrincat. They keep trading away.
Kirby
They keep
Doc
trading
or
away
whatever.
They keep trading away like his favorite players. Like they traded away Panarin, and he really liked playing with Panarin. And they traded away they traded away DeBrincat for literally nothing. For absolute nothing.
Yeah.
Dude's a 40-goal scorer, and you're gonna trade him for a first round. Like what was it? The seventh overall pick, and a second rounder, and a third rounder.
Yeah,
Like,
I think the second and the third are for like a couple years away still, right?
I think the second was this year, but the third rounder is 2024, I believe. So, yeah, they're literally dumping everything. I don't know if they're trying to solidify that last place to get Connor Bedard next year in the draft, but
I mean that's possible, I suppose. But yeah, I mean
there's no shot. I'll be shocked if they win more than 10 games this season. Like they're going to be that bad. Plus, they just picked up Mrazek, who's not good.
I mean, at this point, they're basically going to be an AHL team out there. So
they're already talking about trading Seth Jones away, who they just gave up.
I did see that.
2 first-round picks to the Blue Jackets. Absolutely fucking fleeced that trade. Thank you, sir. We got 2 first-round picks, a solid defenseman for 1 year of use. See you later, bud. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know what Chicago. There's no shot. No shot. If I'm a Chicago fan, I ain't buying a single fucking ticket this season. No way. There's no way they're winning more than 10 games. No shot.
They're gonna be real bad. They're gonna be real bad.
Yeah. Then I also liked how the what's the female reporter from ESPN? What's her name?
Oh shit! What is it?
The 3 first rounders that got picked by Arizona, she kept asking how's it feel to be able to play in the Arizona State College, blah, blah, blah. What kind of question is that? Of course they got to answer it like, oh my God, I'm so pumped, blah, blah, blah. They're not excited about it.
No.
They're not fucking happy.
No.
They're literally, Arizona is dog shit. You can only play in an arena that's what's the I don't even know what the capacity to that small arena is.
It can't be much. It can't be much, that's for sure.
I mean, they still aren't going to sell out. They're not selling out crowds, even with the lower capacity. So, I mean,
but you know what?
No way you're happy about it.
It's made for some great memes lately. I just seen one the other day that was like a little outdoor rink that was meant for just like public skating.
Yeah.
And somebody photoshopped the Coyotes logo on the middle and said, "Just waiting for the kids to get off so we can have our first game."
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing too. They can't even put their logo on it because Arizona State told them to fuck off. They're like, "Nah, you're not putting your logo." So they got to play home games with the Arizona State logo in center ice. Unfucking believable.
They've been a bad franchise since day one. Honestly, I mean, they were up for sale years ago too. No takers.
I don't know why they haven't just transferred them to another city or like moved them, back the Nordiques.
That's a team that needs to move for sure.
Transfer them to the Nordiques. I mean, when your own city tells you, "Hey, we're not going to renew you can't play in this arena anymore. Get the fuck out." That's a sign right there that says, "Hey, you're not meant to have an NHL team in this city." So.
Well, yeah, but I mean that was also because they weren't paying their rent or something, wasn't it?
Well, probably because they can't afford it. I mean, they only got like 1,100 people per game in a 15,000 seat arena. I mean,
right.
They probably couldn't afford it. So, I mean, I think Chicago is trying to battle Arizona for the biggest laughing stock of the NHL right now, and they're for sure winning.
Yeah, Kenny, you'll have to go back to the beginning of this episode. He explained the misconduct at the beginning.
He pretty much said he was pissed off, and he said some obscene things to the ref, and then proceeded to fucking absolute bolt off the ice. Fastest I've ever seen him skate in his life.
Quite interesting that you make the handle fat guy speed right after that.
Yeah,
I made it about a week ago.
fat guy speed.
So
Unreal.
Brad, let me ask you something. Do you ever play any video games or anything like that, like NHL or anything like that at all?
No, I'm not much of a gamer, really.
The reason
That
I
was
asked
never
that is
really
'cause
my thing.
we used to actually stream. We'd stream some. I don't know if you ever heard the story of where Kyle got the name Big Dad, but we used to stream the four of us playing NHL online. And when you make your own characters, you give them nicknames, and that's Kyle.
I'm
Kyle
losing
made
you
his.
here. Hold on a second.
Oh, it's going through another
I
tunnel.
lost you guys. Hold on. You're all choppy.
No, well,
Yeah,
we're
bud,
good. You're choppy.
We're good. You're
You're
choppy.
choppy.
Yeah.
We're fucking
Yeah, it's
good,
me.
bud.
I'm trying to. I pulled off to another spot. I'm trying to find a better
Michael,
spot here.
we played the live barn too. We played the live barn.
That's who sent it, bud. That's the distributor, bud. That's the plug.
Well, that's who sent the one from Boston too, because he sent it
That's
to me
the lo-
first.
That's the live barn plug right there, Michael Rupp. You need any live barn footage in the world, old fucking Robert will find it for you, bud.
You good now,
I mean, I
Brad?
have live barn. I just never look at the clips. What's that?
Yeah, so you good now? You clear?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just looking for a place to park.
So yeah, what I was saying is
Yes.
the reason I was asking is because we're trying to put a team back together to start playing some some NHL online again. Trying to put together a little squad, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of a gamer, unfortunately.
I just want to show this memory that
I
popped
don't have a
up
lot
too
of
while we're
time
on
for that either.
while we're on that subject. I love showing
Yeah,
this.
here we go.
I love
This is
I love
bullshit.
I love showing this memory whenever it pops up because this motherfucker is the biggest shit talker in the world. So
Who's
whenever I could show this right here.
Here we go.
This guy used to talk the most shit, and he still does to this day. Says he'll beat me all the time. I just want to post these two scores from when we actually did play.
10-0. What the fuck?
Yeah,
When
bud.
was that? I don't remember that game. That's fucking no shot. That's me.
Yeah, but
5-2 maybe
That's
5-2.
you, bud.
No shot that 10-0.
But
that
I
10
absolutely.
against me.
You used CBJ. I used Winnipeg. I fucking smoked you, bud.
Yeah. Imagine not using your fucking team you support, knowing damn well they're dog shit on the game, so you have to pick a powerhouse in Winnipeg.
Powerhouse. I just picked random teams. I said you pick who you want. I'll pick random, and I'll still smoke you. And guess what happened? Guess what happened?
He said I can't pick the Rangers because they're fucking dog shit. Like I have to pick somebody else, but you can pick the Blue Jackets if you want. Look at that, 10 goals on 27 shots. Like holy fuck, my goalie is dog shit. Like look at that. I had 11 shots on net with no goals. You had fucking 27 with 10. Like come on now, this game's bullshit. Yeah, look at it. Look at the 3-star. Fucking Dustin Bufflin, get the fuck out of here. We had fucking Patrick Laine absolutely fucking sniping goals. Come on now.
Definitely had 6.
But whenever you want to get fucking beat, let me know.
little
I'll fucking log on the box.
Bud, hey, we can do it. We can run them.
I'll fucking log on the box.
We can run them.
They need to bring back the Zamboni mode in between the periods, bud. Oh, sweet.
The Zamboni mode.
Yeah, you don't remember that? The Zamboni mode, where you could drive the Zamboni between periods and clear the ice? You don't remember that?
What the fuck was no?
I forget which one it was. I think it was 12. I think it was 12. Where in between periods there was an option where you could drive the Zamboni and clear the ice. You would have 3 minutes, and it like gave you a percentage like whenever like as you would cut the ice, it would tell you how much you've completed. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 2012.
I don't remember that. I mean, I remember like when they would show the Zamboni like as like the in between the periods, just as like the little whatever you would call it. But I don't remember being able to drive it ever. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I remember it because I used to play it on the Wii, and you would you'd take the little Wii steering wheel controller you use for Mario Kart, and you'd fucking absolutely whip that Zamboni around the ice.
You know what I wish they would do is, well, one, obviously online franchise mode like you can do in the other sports games, but
Yeah,
so the game MLB The Show, I'm not a big baseball fan at all, but that game is actually pretty cool and unique in some of the things you could do outside of actually playing the games. It's kind of like if you do like the Be a Pro or whatever it is, you actually control like your player outside like his outside life
yeah.
in a sense too. I kind of wish they would do something like that as well. I want to say what was the other before EA Sports took over all the sports games? Was it Sega that made 2K?
I think so. Yeah,
I think there was a
it was
NHL 2K that
the
you could.
one with Jeremy Roenick on it. It was like I'm not gonna say It was like almost like a college mode type thing.
You got to pick like whether you lived in an apartment or a house. You got to pick
Yeah,
like
I forget what one, but I'm pretty sure Jeremy Roenick was on the cover of the
I think so.
game. But it was more it was more of a. I mean, they do the same thing in with 2K with basketball, where you can play like directly when you start your Be a Pro, you start literally like in the streets playing like in
Yeah, yeah,
in the
yep,
parks. And I mean that'd be
yep.
sick if they did it with hockey and just did it with like out in the ponds in Canada or some shit.
Right,
That'd be sweet.
right. Yeah, I mean, I think they changed it up a little bit this past couple of years, where you can like start at the draft and get drafted and shit like that, or you start like in the I don't remember if you start in juniors before you get drafted or not, but I know you can actually start before you get drafted rather than just like prior Be a Pro modes. You would just pick what team you were on and you would play from there. This past when you actually get drafted, but I think when Dan and I were going through it, it seems like you get drafted to the same team every time, no matter what.
It
So
is,
that's kind of
yeah. I think they switched it like halfway through the year, but yeah, because I remember that was the only reason why I bought it was because of the Be a Pro mode, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be sweet. Finally, something like somewhat interactive that you can log on
yeah.
and play a
And
game or two
then you
a
find out
week.
it's just got one storyline, no matter what.
And then I got drafted to the Kings, and then coming to find out you got drafted to the Kings,
Yeah,
and then Dan got drafted to the Kings, and I'm like,
yeah,
wait a second, there's
yeah,
no way this is a coincidence. And then
yeah,
it was like the Kings always had first pick, and the Rangers had second, and I
yeah.
forget who third was. But no matter what you did, you always went first overall. You could have played the preliminary tournaments and had 0 goals, 0 assists, and 45 penalty minutes, and you would still go first overall. So you couldn't even like tank to try to pick a different team.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it'd be nice if they had a more in depth, like outside the game, because it's not just about playing. I mean, you got to do like they got like the weekly, hourly trainings that you can select to help boost your certain stats. But
yeah,
it'd be nice.
Where do you guys have time for all that?
At night, bud. After I have to get home from work.
Yeah. I don't have that either, man. My business never sleeps, and you guys have little kids too. At least I don't have that anymore.
Bud. He goes to bed at 7, bud. 7 o'clock. Sleep.
And sleeps through the night.
Yeah, thankfully.
I don't watch a lot. I don't watch much TV or anything like that. So usually at night when we're just hanging around on the couch, that's usually when I pop on the video games for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't watch much TV either. First off, it's like $80 a month for TV, and I'm like, that's fucking stupid. I'm not paying $80 to watch 2 shows a month. So
yeah, that's crazy. So let me ask you guys a question though. Like outside of decks and bashes and stuff, how many times are you playing per week in your home areas?
0.
Well, I have 4 games today.
No, I don't
play. Because I play at least 2-3 times a week, so that takes some of my time.
So my league plays on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays I'll typically play 1. Sometimes I might get 2 in if the schedules work out. Sundays, I mean, it runs from what games probably start like shortly afternoon and run all the way up to like 11 o'clock at night. Like I got 4 games today. I've had as many as 5 in one day on Sundays, but It just all depends on the scheduling of the teams, obviously, because it's not, as you know, we have what, 5 rinks here, Kyle, something like that.
Yeah.
So
East and
I
Dublin,
mean,
North, downtown, and now they added the fairgrounds too. So
so
yeah, there's 6. I don't know if they're using the ice house currently. I think the ice house is being renovated because the Blue Jackets are doing their training camp at North this year. So I think the ice house is getting renovated, which
yeah,
is
I mean,
why the fairgrounds is being used.
for the most part, they're all about 20, 30 minutes apart from each other, with the exception of Iceworks and North. But if the timing works out to be able to get back and forth between the rinks, or they happen to be at the same rink, then yeah, typically I can get 3, 4, 5 games in a given Sunday. So
That's a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
I play a lot of pickup.
Yeah, pickup. Yeah, that's pretty much what I go to the occasional private drop in once every couple weeks whenever I feel like it.
totally by
Most
choice.
of course, bud, of course. But yeah, I don't know.
The league times just don't work out for him, so he decided to just go strictly pickup.
Well, like I said, the Dexes are so they set the expectation so high that the league games they just don't entertain me, bud.
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
you know what?
So Brad, I didn't mean to we didn't mean to bore you there for a 10-minute little chatter about
Oh
the
no, you're
league
good.
and
It's
stuff.
cool.
What do you what do you do for fun? I mean, I know I know you're pretty busy with your business, and I think I've seen some stuff about you, like riding bikes and stuff like that. What kind of stuff are you into? What do you
Yeah,
do
I mean
outside of hockey?
I mean, you nailed it. I mean, on the weekends or the weeks that I have my daughter, we try to do stuff together when she's not in school. I have a girlfriend, so I'm pretty busy. I go out with her a lot. I do ride
Humble
my
brag.
bike. I have a Yeah, well, I mean, it's I'm a single guy in his 50s, so I gotta have some fun.
He says I do have a girlfriend.
Yeah, amazing. She even came to. She was at the Boston Dex. Um, but I play in hockey 2-3 times a week. I have a private pickup every Monday that I've been doing for 21 years. We spin out a Wednesday summer league, but the last game of that is this Wednesday. Unfortunately, our team is in the consolation game because we went 0-3 in the round robin. But and then I have the league games. But yeah, I have a road bike, so I ride. I travel a lot when I can. And my business, I do 3 days a week working at my family's law firm handling the marketing, but the rest of the time that I'm free, I work on my home buying business. And it's until I'm at the point where I can scale up and have, virtual assistants and a little bit of a staff. I mean, it's 24 hours a day. Sometimes I get property leads all hours of the day, and I'm always driving around to properties. So I don't have as much free time as I'd like, and I'm trying to get to the point where I can free up that time and definitely do a lot more travel. That's kind of my thing, because I mean, I'm not young like you guys. I'll be 52 in October, so I want to enjoy the rest of what I got left, and being in pretty decent shape and looking fairly young for my age. I mean, I want to make that last as long as I can. So.
Right. So tell me a little bit about this, because I've actually seen other people do this. I've seen like videos and stuff of people telling you how to do this stuff on TikTok, but I never really caught on. So I actually thought initially that like you flipped homes, but you were telling me something like you just buy the contract and then you just basically just resell it. Tell us about that. How does that work?
Yeah, so that's about 90% of my deals. I do buy some properties that I flip. In fact, I just closed on one Friday in the middle of nowhere, Maryland, but it's a pretty good property that we're gonna do a flip. But and occasionally I'll take on some rental properties. That's what I'm trying to acquire more of as we get later into the year. I want more rental properties. But 90% of what I do is I get properties. Everything's off market. People come to me through my website, or I get referred to someone who needs to sell a property. And basically, I'm dealing with properties that can't be sold with a realtor. They need too much work. They're inherited. They're vacant. They're tired landlords. That kind of stuff. And 9 times out of 10, what I do is I get those properties under contract for the lowest possible amount I can get them for, and I sell the contract to another investor who ends up doing the flip or holding it as a rental or doing whatever with it. And the way that works is I get it under contract, and then I have a second contract, which is called an assignment contract, which is assigning my right in that sales contract to another investor. And I get paid out depending on what we negotiate. And some deals are better than other. I've assigned them for as little as $1,500, and I've assigned them for as much as $30,000. So it depends on how good of a deal I make. But It's faster cash. Now the drawback is I don't have any assets when I do it that way, and I got to pay taxes on the profit. But when I'm able to do that 5, 6, 7 times a month, the money adds up. So it's kind of nice.
Right.
But the trick is finding good deals. And since I've been doing this for about 5, 6 years, I'm getting a lot better at finding the good deals, and I'm also getting better at offloading them because now I have a pretty dedicated group of contract buyers who will take them off my hands, and I know who wants what area, and it's easier to sell the contracts now than it was in the beginning. So it takes a lot of work. It sounds easy, but you got to really know how to negotiate on the front end to make the deal work.
Right. So now let me ask you this on the contractors end that you're talking, they work with you on a regular basis, they buy these contracts off you. What makes it so they don't just go out and buy these contracts themselves and save the money?
Because they didn't get the deal. I'm the one who found the deal.
Yeah, they don't go out and get the deal before.
Brad
They only
is the fucking.
They only know about the deal because of me.
Because
exactly.
of you. Okay, so you basically, you go out, you hunt for the best bargains on the houses that you can find, and then you basically just take them to your network of people and say, "I'll sell it to you for this." Or okay.
Now there also is another component. Some of us compete for the same deals because a lot of people in those situations, especially ones with inherited properties, they'll call like 5 or 6 of us all on the same day.
Right.
And sometimes it becomes a bidding war, and that's where I lose out on some of them because there's some big players in my market, and I can't compete with them because they do so much volume that they're able to offer a higher price sometimes, and I've got to cut off. I'm all about the numbers. Like I won't make an emotional decision on any of these properties. It's a numbers game for me, and I know how to do my numbers. And if it gets too expensive for me, I'll let someone else buy the deal because I don't want to get stuck with it.
So with the way you do it, you don't even have to deal with the banks or anything then because you're not actually.
Usually not.
That's beautiful.
Well, but for the flip, I did. For the flip.
Well, right. Like if you're right, like if you're gonna be the one that's actually buying the house and doing anything with it, yeah, sure. But if you're just getting under contract to hold that contract to then sell the rights to somebody else, you don't have to do with those deals. You don't have to deal with the banks or mortgages or any of that stuff.
Exactly. And and it's interesting. Devin, who was on my team in Philly, and Kyle was on that team too. He's a realtor in Buffalo or Rochester, whatever it is. And his brother is a pretty big player in real estate investment. And I actually got a property lead from someone here in Maryland for a property up in on one of those lakes up in Rochester or whatever. So I reached out to Devin and his brother, and we're trying to do that deal too. So I can do them anywhere, and that's what's great about it's nice to have you be out there and network. Even we play hockey and we hang out and we bullshit, but there's business opportunities in BLPA just as much as anywhere else.
Right.
So that stuff happens, and that's kind of why I'm always out there, traveling and doing things like this because you meet more people. That's how you build your network.
You got to get out there, and you got a belly to belly market, Brad. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to be good at.
I got plenty of belly to market.
You and me both, brother. That's good stuff. All right, boys. Well, we're getting pretty close to an hour here. I think we pretty much went over everything that I had to talk about. You guys have anything else to add before we finish her up here?
No, I just appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us here for the past 45 minutes.
Yeah, sorry I'm not going to see you guys in Denver next week. I guess the next one I have after that. Well, I guess I'll see Jeff. I'll see you at the Bash, I guess.
Yeah, I'll be there, I suppose, and
I'm signed up for Nashville. That's the only one that I'm committed to right now.
Yeah, I think I'm still waiting to figure out what happens because I think Nashville weekend. There's also the Boston Bash is scheduled the same weekend, but I don't think there's many teams signed up for it right now though. So we'll see what happens with it. When is that one? That one's in September, right?
August 26th. August 26th.
August. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it was in September, then he switched it because now Columbus is September 11th weekend.
Oh, right.
That's right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll be in Raleigh, Columbus, and Buffalo. So
I'm going to try to do Buffalo.
I'm sure you'll find excuse.com, Brad, so I'll be there.
Believe me, I never find excuses not to go. It works the opposite way. I try to do as many of these as I can. And you know what? Honestly, I think you'd be hard-pressed right now to find more people, someone that's been signed up for more events for 2022 than me, other than Heather, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
I've signed up
maybe
for a ton.
I don't know. You might have to. You might be competing with old Philly Lehman too, though.
Yeah.
But he
Phil
just
Phil
got
does
back
a
in.
lot.
He just got back into the swing though. 'Cause remember, he missed a bunch.
He might be. He might be
Yeah,
catching
but
up with you already, though, bud.
it's busy season now, bud.
Oh,
Old
I
Phil
know.
waits.
Believe me,
Old Phil
He's-
waits for the busy season.
He might.
I'm
He might be getting
trying.
ready to. He might be getting ready to smoke right by you, Brad.
He lets you get a head start, and he's gonna fucking right by you, bud. See ya.
I'm not gonna lie. When he was on my team in Austin, and in that gold medal game, he probably made the play of the game that saved the game for us and got us the gold. It was a 3-on-1 with their 3 best players, and I'll be damned if Phil didn't stop it.
Phil's an absolute sleeper of a pick, bud.
Mm-hmm.
He
He
knows
is
how
a
to play
sleeper
defense.
Yeah,
He does.
Phil's
Yep.
solid. Phil is solid.
He knows. He's always in the right spot.
I was really looking forward to shutting you down though, in Raleigh. I was
Yeah,
gonna windmill the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that weekend's totally not doable for me, unfortunately, because that'd be an easy
But-
trip for me.
I'll just have to do it to Jeff and Nick instead. So
Well, I mean, but I'm probably gonna be on your team. Let's be real here. So.
yeah, but well, you better hope. You better hope, bud. Otherwise, you're gonna get some autographed pucks.
We'll see. We'll see.
Alrighty, boys. Well, we will see you next week. Same day, maybe a little bit of different time, but we are the longest running podcast on the BLPA network. We don't miss episodes like the BLPA Big Show does. The roundtable over here, we're serious, we're dedicated, and yeah, so we don't miss episodes. They're supposed to stream tomorrow, and we'll see if they go live tomorrow. They'll probably have an excuse.
Old Denny Vibes tried joining in live from the beach. It just unfortunately didn't work out, and I'll probably be streaming live from a concert next weekend. So.
So yeah. Until next time, boys.
We'll
Be
see ya.
good or be good
Take it
at
easy.
it.